Look at any incompetent leader who has ever risen. From historical dictators to today's billionaires. People who made foolish decisions but still went higher. Their mistakes were obvious to everyone, but no one dared to stop them. Don't you feel crazy? It's like a cruel joke that history repeats again and again. But what if I say it's not craziness? Rather, it's a plan. A cold and soulless logic hidden behind the world's noise. A strategy designed centuries ago, and a truth revealed from the mind of one of history's most controversial political thinkers. Machiavelli. Machiavelli exposed a truth that still sends shivers down the spine of power. Power doesn't reward wisdom, but something much more dangerous. Sometimes it's not true wisdom that reaches power, but an illusion or a perfect and solid display of wisdom that preserves power. And when you understand this dark mechanism, you will never look at leaders and the world around you the same way again. Today, we want to talk about a disturbing truth, a secret hidden in front of everyone's eyes, and the mysterious psychological forces that cause fools to defeat the wise and lead them. In the early 16th century, amidst the chaotic political wars of Italy, Niccolò Machiavelli, who loved the world of politics, was exiled. He was once a prominent diplomat in Florence, but with a change of power in the city, he was accused of conspiracy. Prison, torture, and exile became his fate. Powerless, aimless, and discredited. But this exile paved the way for his immortal work. The Prince. While his contemporary thinkers wrote about an ideal society and virtuous leaders, Machiavelli dismissed all illusions. He wrote not about how rulers should be, but about how they really are. His philosophy was cold, ruthless, and unsettling. In the world of power, morality can be optional, and appearance sometimes matters more than truth. At the center of his thought was a horrifying observation, one that still echoes in history after 500 years. Everyone does not see what you are, only what you show. In other words, perception means power and reality is secondary. Machiavelli understood that humans do not naturally seek truth, but appearance. They do not choose leaders based on the depth of their character, but based on who looks strong, speaks confidently, and shows certainty, even if it is an illusion. And this is an old gap in the leadership system, and exactly what cunning and charismatic fools have exploited. This truth is not just about history, but also describes today's era. Political leaders, company managers, and even influencers who, despite obvious incompetence, pull millions of followers, all are part of Machiavelli's prediction. Appearance beats merit. Emptiness defeats wisdom. Confidence overshadows competence. Machiavelli saw this 500 years ago, and today we live in a world that repeatedly proves he was right. We live in a world where social media, algorithms, and the dizzying speed of information increasingly bury truth under appearance. In the past, leaders had to at least pretend to be wise, but today it is enough just to seem believable. That is, if you can play the appearance of a leader, you don't actually need to know leadership, and here Machiavelli reaches one of his darkest teachings. In many cases, hypocrisy is a tool for survival. Not because hypocrisy is right, but because people fall for it. He wrote, "Whoever only wants to be good will be destroyed among a crowd of bad people." What does that mean? It means if in a world full of wolves, you are the only good lamb, you won't last long enough to cause change. And this painful contradiction is at the heart of many of us. We want good leaders, but mostly vote for strong leaders. Why? Because our mind is wired to react more to signs of power than signs of wisdom. Confidence deceives us. Repetition creates belief and certainty, even if foolish, often relieves our fears. We seek a strong voice, not the right voice. And this is exactly the door history opens for fools. And maybe this is why Machiavelli says people are too naive to realize they are being fooled and too greedy to resist deception. In our world, whoever presents a lie well often succeeds more than whoever expresses the truth weakly. A bitter but vital truth. Now the main question is, are we doomed to live in a world where deceit and pretense overpower honesty and wisdom? Not necessarily. Machiavelli does not tell us to be liars. He just shows us the world as it is, not as we would like it to be. And maybe this ruthless understanding of reality is itself a kind of power. You don't have to play like fools, but if you don't know the game, sooner or later one of those fools will fool you. Power does not always come with a shout. Sometimes it appears with a confident smile, decisive words, or wise silence. The lesson we take from Machiavelli is not to be a bad person. The lesson is to be smart. Don't be naive. Understand the truth, even if it's bitter, and if you want to make a change, first learn the rules of the game, because in the real world, sometimes the only way to defeat fools is to be less foolish than them.